in Switzerland.
Are you in
for a week.
Switzerland? Oh, okay.
Yeah, doubles.
So with your family or just yourself?
Well, I'm in the room, so yeah, my wife is in there, but she will remain silent. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think we can go into the live streaming.
Nice.
Okay. Hello, Yuan. Nice to see you here.
Hi, Dr. Li. Yeah, it's my pleasure to join the interview with.
You know, we are old friends, but I first time to you know your Chinese English name is Yuan. It's very easy to remember.
Yes, Chinese currency unit, which also I speak for Hong Kong and China. We are a project, root China. Now we're located in Hong Kong. So, and I also one of the missions going for the internationalization of yuan and Hong Kong dollars. So, the name is
yuan Hong Kong dollars. It's money. Okay. Hello everyone. Mr. Yuan is my old friend. Is come from the Conflux. Also is a co-founder of Conflux. Conflux is a kind of technology that let people create and use apps without having to trust anyone else. It's very fast, flexible, and safe. It's used a new way of making sure everyone agree on what happened in the network. This way, people can do a lot of things quickly and cheaply without worrying about the hacks and fraud. Conflux have a lot of people who are working on making it better and more useful. Right now, there are over 200 projects that are using Conflux on different purposes, such as tools, wallets, DeFi, NFT, Metaverse, GameFi, community, and more. Okay, so first question. So Mr. Yuan, can you introduce yourself and something about the Conflux? Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Yuan, like Chinese currency unit, as everybody know. So I joined Conflux like 5.5 years ago, which I did fundraising for Conflux. We successfully raised about like $33 million at the end of 2018, which was like very rough time for crypto. Was kind of a bottom of the last bear market. So after that, we did like 2.5 year like research, and then the mainnet launch. So far, it's 3 years. So my background was mainly in the financial industry. As you know, I did fundraising. So prior to Conflux, I mainly worked for fund of fund, endowments, and we did investments in hedge funds, mutual funds, private equity, and venture capital. So that's why I had the connections with the VC guys. So that's how I did fundraising for Conflux. Yeah. So right now, my main jobs in Conflux like strategy, business development, community branding. So mainly the non-tech part, I kind of did most of it and leading the team for like global expansion. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Yuan, Mr. Money. Hong Kong is very friendly to Web3 ecosystem, which is Conflux strategy in Hong Kong.
Yeah, so for Hong Kong, we believe there are like one major thing that we want to deliver for the Hong Kong Web3 theme, which is Hong Kong dollar stablecoin. So like in Hong Kong, there are 3 things the Hong Kong government focused on. The first one is exchange. Now they have Haskey Pro as the first license exchange, which is in good operations. And the second major narratives they want to develop is the Hong Kong dollar stablecoin. So Hong Kong dollar stablecoin, that we are talking with several teams who are going to launch like Hong Kong dollar stablecoins. And we would like to invite them to launch Hong Kong dollar stablecoins on Conflux. And we would love to help them to build scenarios like DeFi's and help them get listing in exchanges to get for like liquidity and help them to boost the circulation around the world. in central exchanges, but also on chain on Conflux. So that's one of the major things that we want to unfold in the Hong Kong Web3 narratives. Other than like the Hong Kong, other than the Hong Kong thing, that we also have other kind of directions. One is kind of BC layer 2, that we're gonna create a subspace for BC itself and inscription assets. Another is the deepening, that we work with China Telecom. They have like BSIM cards, so but those tools are not like directly related to Hong Kong. But BSIM card, we believe we will have BSIM card launched with like hardwares that we call a deepening, launching in Hong Kong and Macau. So that's gonna be based in Hong Kong and help Hong Kong to do some like deepening project as well, like from this BSIM card where you have Conflux private key, embedded in the BSIM cards. So yeah, so that's kind of the three things. The Hong Kong dollar stablecoin and deepins will have strong relationship to the Hong Kong Web3 hub directly. Yep, and I can go further. Let's see if we can. Yep.
Yeah, of course. This three topic always very interesting. So can you say some detail about your collaboration with China Telecom about the same card? I think this is a very interesting deepening project. So this is very interesting. Can you tell me some more details about this project?
Sure. So like deepening has been a very hot topic, and for this cycle, we all know like on Solana, there's this project called Mobile, where it's the eSIM SIM card that people can use. Yeah. And another interesting project is Solana Saga phone, that people can purchase Solana cell phones with pre-installed applications where they can receive airdrops. Even the airdrops worth more than the Solana Saga phone itself, right? So like people are all wondering like how we can have ordinary people access blockchains and how we help them to get access to cryptos. So with hardwares could include mobile phones, mobile watch, and maybe even like intelligent like AI assistant in your house, like Google Hi, right? Like Amazon Echo or something. So those like AI robots can all be deepening projects but how could they be directly to blockchains? So think about there's a SIM cards with private keys and public address embedded, where like users they don't have to remember private keys, they don't have to remember numeric words, and telecom service providers, they provide custodial service for clients to help them to manage their private keys and provides like very hardcore securities and also recovery in case of loss. So that's kind of one of the very important things that telecom service provider can provide, but also provide accesses to ordinary people of cryptos and blockchains in a very friendly way. The only thing they have to do is to buy hardwares, and within the hardwares, they will be the first time to see the cryptos in the pre-stored apps within the hardwares, right? Also, another important thing that the China Telecom or telecom service provider can provide is the anti-SIBO functions. So think about like if you want to get a eSIM card with China Telecom, you have to provide like ID documents. You have to provide maybe address proof to get a eSIM card. So there's very strict KYC process for people to get a eSIM card. So in that way, basically everybody who has a eSIM card with a public address on Conflux are strictly KYC. So it's not robots, right? In the crypto world, it's very important for projects and exchanges to acquire real users, right? But however, anybody can like open multiple addresses with a lot of private keys and numeric words, and you don't know it's actually probably it's one person, even it's not real people, it's a robot, right? And that creates a lot of fake accounts, fake activities. So for projects and for exchanges, that doesn't create value in the end. But with eSIM cards, you'll be able to identify real users from end service or equipment or hardwares, right? So that's kind of two important thing. One is provide easy access for end user to get into cryptos. And secondly, for project exchanges, it's very easy for them to identify real users with this anti-CBAL like functions, but the cost is actually being shared by the telecom service providers. So that's like the two things that we believe kind of the BSIM card will provide. And the BSIM cards, we will first launch the BSIM cards sale in China, Shanghai, and maybe in Changsha, Hunan province. And later the BSIM card sales will expand it into Macau and Hong Kong. And furthermore, there will be hardware manufacturers who manufacture watches, phones, and even like AI assistants. And with BSIM cards embedded, even like electric cars. So with the BSIM cards embedded, so that's kind of the IoT of Internet of the Things. But they are also like, they can also be deeping projects. So we can, make sure that people get connected through BSIM cards into blockchain in many scenarios, like people who use cell phones, people who wear smart watches, people who drive electric charging cars. So it's a very big breakthrough for people to expand the frontiers of blockchains, especially like it will be a big boost for Conflux to help people to gain blockchain access through Conflux and the combo with the BSIM cards.
Good, it's a very big market. It still can be used in Shanghai, Changsha, and other provinces in China.
Yes, and also will be expanded to like Hong Kong and Macau, and especially for BSIM cards that are going to be sold in Hong Kong and Macau, there will be no ban for cryptos. So, well, in China, maybe there only be like pre-store apps for airdrops of NFTs, NFT membership, vouchers, tickets. But like in Macau and Hong Kong, the BSIM cards with pre-stored applications where you have like airdrops from different crypto projects. So in that case, it could be very likely the airdrop token itself simply worth more than the cell phones, especially in bull market, right? There's a lot of bubbles. So that will motivate people to buy and acquire like hardware or mobile devices with BSIM card embedded.
Good. Even I hope want to get one card.
Yeah, get one BSIM card, get a Conflux, like Conflux cell phones. Well, I don't have a name for it, but like the other day we were making fun of it. Solana is called Solana. Gonna call it Conflux. We're all gonna make it Conflux Wagami.
Yeah. Okay. So, you're just talking about the stable coin and digital Hong Kong dollar. So all of us know this is a very big project and also very useful to Hong Kong government and the Chinese. So can you tell more detail about this project, about the stable coin and the digital Hong Kong dollar, or even digital RMB?
Sure. Yeah. So for digital RMB and digital Hong Kong dollar, I believe it's more kind of a government-dominated and driven projects where they will be kind of electronic money, but still centralized. It may not be directly related to the blockchain, although they could be kind of electronic money, e-money that will be later considered as part of kind of collaterals for stablecoins in the future. But in the beginning, I don't feel like they're intersected. They may use like distributed ledgers, but it's not directly run on blockchains. And the central government or the central banks or the kind of money issuance authorities, like all the three banks within Hong Kong, that's how Hong Kong dollar got minted, because the three banks have the rights to mint Hong Kong dollar with a US dollar deposited, right? So they will be in China it will be PBOC. In Hong Kong, there will be the three banks who deal with the EHKD or ECNY directly, ERMB directly. So and those they will have their either will have their applications, their own applications, or they could be embedded into WeChat Pay, Alipay, or any like mobile pay in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, like a local market directly. It's just like the money itself are running on the systems that are controlled by the central bank or the issuing entity. and the money is not flow within the banks of WeChat or Alipay, right? So that's kind of the difference. And the government or the central bank will be able to directly see through the money flows if you're using ECNY or EHKD, right? Prior to that, otherwise, like the money flow data are held by, let's say, Alipay, WeChat Pay, or banks, right? Or held by UnionPay or Visa, right? But now it will be directly held by the central bank. So that's how I will EHKD, ECNY, and those things will be directly kind of competitor to those e-payment systems. But however, they will help the government to gain better transparency of where the money goes, right? But also that kind of incur like privacy issues. But I mean, you basically got to trust the central other for them to preserve your privacies and without like kind of abuse the personal data for other reasons. Well, of course, it kind of stay within the lines of law, right? But for like stablecoins are just like USDT and USDC, where the stablecoins run on blockchains that you will have like one-to-one fiat, like reserved in the bank, right? It also could be like EHKD or ECNY in the future, right? Where the central bank you held like reserved directly in the central bank systems. But that's I think that's kind of in the long futures. And for Conflux would like to play the infrastructure of the Hong Kong dollar stablecoins and maybe in the future offshore RMB stablecoins, CNH. So, right. So, well, today for global settlement, that people are mostly using, like SWIFT plus the SIPS systems, whereas kind of a banking system like with U.S. banks as the major connecting dot in the whole network, right? But think about like one day in the future, let's say China, US, they may their competition is becoming fierce and the political tension is becoming more and more like tense, right? So maybe one day the banks have to choose side and sever like services for China enterprises. And the China global enterprises may have to fall back to an alternative, which could be blockchains plus stablecoins, right? So that's why Conflux and plus like offshore RMB stablecoin and Hong Kong dollar stablecoin become a so important role, become the backups if the bank system are no longer available to the China enterprises in the future, right? So that's what our missions and goals for Conflux. So in that case, we already talked with several Hong Kong dollar stablecoin teams that we said, okay, we will help you get listing exchanges. We will build DeFi infrastructures on Conflux for your stablecoins, like let's say DEX, perpetuals, lending and borrowing protocols, and even like algo stablecoins that wrapping like Hong Kong dollar stablecoin, just like MakerDAO, they wrap USDC into DAI, right? So we can have such protocols as well to help like decentralize and make the stablecoins more decentralized and anonymous, right? So that's how we're gonna help them to bootstrap the initial circulation and increase liquidity, and to help them to maintain the peg of the stablecoins. So yeah, and we believe the first Hong Kong dollar stablecoin launch on Conflux will be rolled out in the first quarter, and it's very likely to get listed on one of the major exchanges with a good spot trading volumes. And then people will be able to buy the Hong Kong dollar stablecoins on the tier 1 exchange and withdraw back to Conflux and participate in some like on-chain DeFi farming or provide liquidity on the DeFi protocols on Conflux. And then Conflux will become a major infrastructure for Hong Kong dollar stablecoins and offshore RMB stablecoins, just like Tron for USDT. So by the end of this circle, we hope that Hong Kong dollar and offshore RMB stablecoin could account for 5 to 10% of the whole entire stablecoin industry, and more than 90% of that stablecoin circulation will be run on Conflux, right? So right now you have about $180 billion of stablecoin, maybe not 150 stablecoins. By the end of the bull cycle, I believe they're probably like 300, and if we can achieve like $30 billion, that will be huge, right? $30 billion of Hong Kong dollar and offshore RMB stablecoins equivalent of Hong Kong dollar and RMB. So when running a Conflux, that will be huge for Conflux itself, but also will be a significant network that with enough liquidity and also circulation for enterprises to adopt for cross-border settlement. Yep.
Yeah, big news.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to get there, but we are not there yet. We'll fight for it.
Okay. So today is later. So thank you, Mr. Yuan, Mr. Money. So last time I told you Mr. Money, maybe better. So thank you. Hope Mr. Yuan and Conflux have a very nice future. Thank you. See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.